And then I'm here as we celebrate the glory of God within us, as I talk about the season of light today. Last Sunday, for those of you that were here, I talked about the beginning of our holiday season, which starts with Thanksgiving, of course, and gratitude. And so to remind you a little bit, gratitude is a key that opens a door to the flow of unconditional love through your heart. Gratitude focuses on the plenty that you have, rather than anything that you may think you're missing. Gratitude is one of the most beautiful secrets in spiritual life. It is a form of love, and love is something that flows from the creator of the universe to all of us, through all forms of life and manifestation. So I say there's no place where God is not, there's no place where love is not. Without love, life in this universe could not exist. It is the universal force of preservation which holds creation together in manifestation. And love and thanksgiving can flow in each of us in all sorts of ways. We need to be thankful for all that we have received in the past, all that we are receiving now, and all that we will receive in the future. And we can do that right now for our own lives, but also for our center here, the Fellowship of Spirit. We could take a moment and be thankful for what we have received in the past, for those who started the center, as we acknowledge Randy today, and kept it going. To be thankful for where we are right now and what we're receiving now, the changes that occurred in our center and our life this past year. And to be thankful for all that we will receive in the future, for new growth within ourselves and the center and the possibilities that are coming our way. To help this, a statement you can say is, and why don't you repeat it after me? Thank you, God, for everything you've done for me, and given to me every day of my life. All right. So here we are starting to celebrate the second part of this holiday time, called the Season of Light. Of course, which started with Thanksgiving, as I said. Then next week, the second week, we usually celebrate Diwali, which is the light of Diwali from the Hindu religion. Usually around the third week or so, we celebrate Hanukkah from the Jewish religion. And in the fourth week, we celebrate Christmas from the Christian religion. And then finally, of course, New Year's, where we bring it all in and we get ourselves ready to release the old and celebrate the new. And during this season and these holidays, we have lights shining around us much more. As a result, the whole month could be looked at as a period of letting our inner light shine even more, which we need to start doing more of. It's an opportunity to be the light of Spirit within us. And what does that mean? Well, this is a wondrous season, beloved. It's a time to feel the magic within us of the truth and the light of who we are. And to remind you all that this truth and light of you, who you are, is only one thought, one source, one mind, one being. There is no separation. Really take it in about the oneness of all. And all that is God's Spirit in Christ, which is truth. And the only truth there is love. This force of love is so powerful, it is the spark of the Holy One within each and every one of you. So for a moment, think of the word spark, which comes to mind as a flame, like lighting a match. It's a small light, but it's multiplied billions of times within us. It's a spark that immediately grows into a bright flame of light. The flame, that light is what Spirit is, it's what love is, it's what all of humanity is. From that spark, everything has been created in this universe, just from that one spark. It's from the source of love and the source of light. Therefore, the power of love and light is in each of us. It's as us and it is us, each and every one of us. It is the core of who we are, the truth of who we are. We are divine beings here to experience human experiences, or to have human experiences, to be enhanced with joy and happiness. We're here to experience personal growth, to learn the truth about who we are, and to live it bigger than we allow ourselves to live. Did you get that one? We're here to live our lives bigger than what we allow ourselves to live. So that means that we're not to be punished, as some old belief used to be that we grew up with. We know that we are the spark, the light, the truth that I spoke of earlier. Everything about us is light, everything. Everything about us is love, because love is the basic substance of all matter everywhere. Love is all there is. Love is light, love is energy, God is love, and love is you, beloveds. When you know that and take it in, then you can begin to find the courage to defiantly explain, yes, this is who I am. This is who and what I must be in my life. Because that's what this season is about, the season of light. It's time to expand the idea from just being to living from the light of spirit. And since we know that we are celebrating moving into ascension time in the fifth dimension, it is time to incorporate it into this season. It's beginning time to join hands with all others in our world. There's so much going on right now in our world that looks like chaos around greed and our relationship to money as politics and separation. But this is just merely the birthing pains of the new world of possibilities that's coming our way. Until there is a leveling of the playing field with all the obstacles to growth and awareness removed, there will be no room for the new. So just think about how the weather changes. Everything that's going on is releasing the old and opening up to the new. And transcending into a higher vibrational experience in our life, there are many things that will be left behind. And that is as it should be, because we're looking at a revisioning of the future and letting go of the lessons of the past. You know those pitfalls and traps and illusions that have occurred in your life? We've had a few of them. It's now time to put into play the lessons of past experience and to build upon them in order to begin anew. So let's look at it this way. What if, in your new world, there were no boundaries that separate one from another? What if there were no physical limitations, cultural, geographic, or personal beliefs? What if all of the differentiated aspects of the one that we were, but with different cellular makeup? As I've said before, we all come from source, we all have God's energy, but we express it in different ways, in our own way. We were all designed to fit together seamlessly into the body of the one. Just visualize that as well, coming together in connection. Perhaps this is the new reality that we're moving into. What if, instead of life being a struggle to overcome obstacles on your path, it became like a downhill course to be navigated over and around moguls of experience that merely make the run interesting? What if, rather than trying to go upstream, you actually allow yourself to go downstream and flow with what's going on? What if, at the finish line of whatever you're in, everyone else was waiting around, cheering each of you onward into unfolding arms of love? What would that be like? That's the new reality waiting to be embraced. Gone will be the conflicts that were created by outmoded illusions of fear and negativity. In this new world of reality and experience that we're creating, there is not only a common vision of loving awareness, but a commitment to each one of us and each person in our life, and removing the scales from our eyes so that we can see more clearly. We can see as God sees the miraculous change that's taking place. I say change because this is a radically different approach to life that will leave many disoriented. And that's where you all come in. I have told you many times in my talks that Fellowship of Spirit is a community that values and teaches universal love and acceptance and oneness with Spirit. We are the center of the four corners where people from all around the area come to experience their deepening of unconditional love for self and others. This center is growing, and we see it flourishing abundantly by attracting people from all faiths and backgrounds to understand the oneness in all. The vision of this spiritual center is to create an expansive ambience in which we find God in each other and all the others that come to us through love and compassion and creativity. And that's going to take all of you to help make that happen. All of us here are the forward troops of ascension and transformation, and there is a need in this world for guides and way showers, for those who are new to the process, to be helpful. What if each of you were to take one other person by your hand and introduce them to the possibilities of change and understanding at a higher level? Few would turn down such an invitation if they knew that right beside them was a champion, somebody that had gone through it before, who would catch them if they would stumble and see that they were headed in the right direction. Remember that happened to you? This is by no means alleviates the personal responsibility you have for your own decisions in life and actions, but it is a service that you are providing to others around you who may not be as sure-footed on this rocky climb. This is not a solitary journey, beloveds, and the more these fellow sojourners can join hands together in oneness on the upward climb, the easier will become the transition that we will go through. Because it says, when two or more are gathered together and joined at the heart, there is God and light amongst them, and all is well. And we want to remember that. So, beloveds, during this holiday season, I ask you all to envision your brothers and sisters in this world, not in a free fall, but in an ascent, linking hands and forming a circle of loving energy that will transcend the illusions of the world gone mad. This is the greatest reality that is coming into form. All is well, and the vision is intact, and all is love, and we just need to join in with it. So to end, let me share a poem from Hafiz, a mystic from a few hundred years ago, who said, quote, "Now is the time to know that all you do is sacred. So why not consider a lasting truth with yourself and with God? Now is the time to understand that all your ideas of right and wrong were just a child's training wheels to be laid aside, when you can finally love with veracity and live with love. My dear, please tell me, why do you still throw sticks at your heart and soul? What is it? What is that sweet voice inside that incited you to fear? Now is the time for the world to know that every thought and action is sacred in your life. Now is the time for you to compute the impossibility that there is anything but grace. Now is the season to know that everything you do is sacred." Unquote. So, beloveds, take this in. Know that we are here for a divine reason. Today is the day to begin that. And this season is the season to enjoy it. It's a season of light and time for us all to let our light out, and time for us all to be the spark of light and spirit that you are. Ready to take it on? Go and be it this month, all the time. Namaste.
Namaste.